The hum of distant traffic fades beneath the weight of morning fog. Yellow police tape flutters in the breeze, half-hearted like even it has given up trying to hold people back. Jordan ducks under the tape. Badge already scanned. No one bothers to stop him. At the top of the steps, a familiar figure waits, arms crossed, posture stiff, just far enough from the door to read as respectful. Or maybe uncomfortable. Julio. In-law. Not officially a partner. But when the rotation's thin and the call's bad enough, Team J&J happens. So I guess your lead on this one? Already started? Julio doesn't turn, doesn't smile, just flicks a sharp hurry-up motion with his hand. What you got, Klutz? You're the one who always wants to do it by the book. Jordan adjusts the rig on his shoulder, black and heavy, matte finish. A basketball-sized orb hums softly at his chest mount, mirrored by another on his back. He slides his goggles into place with a quiet click. The Sense 3.5D system exhales, low, mechanical, almost like it's waking up. A warm breath of tech, alive in its own way. He scans the scene. Sidewalks clean, no drag marks, no blood, no crowd, no panic. Just a fall, a neat one. Jordan pinches at the air. The data layer responds, blooming in his lens. Timeline begins to load. Got her coming out the third-floor window. Count again, Klutz. Jordan squints, rewinds, rechecks. Right. Fourth floor, third window up. Confirmed, 7:43 p.m. A short pause. Did you see her face? Not yet. Why? Julio plucks the toothpick from his mouth and gestures toward the front door with it, calm as ever. Go on. Take a peek. I'll wait for the sound you make. Jordan walks in. One beat, then another. He stops, dead still. You gotta be kidding me. Nope. Ellie Raines, crypto queen of the free world. Julio nods toward the fourth-floor window, curtains just barely parted. A faint glint of sun catches the glass. Give me 5, Klutz. That's the one after 4 on this thing called a timer. Yeah, I'll be right up. 5 minutes later, Jordan steps into the apartment alone. The door creaks softly, then settles behind him with a sound like a held breath. Inside, the air is dry, stale. Not just untouched, unwelcoming, like even the dust was told to keep quiet. Let's see where we left off. The orb pulses. A faint hum builds and the goggles flicker to life. The world overlays itself. Colorless waves, almost invisible, wash over the furniture. In Jordan's lens, scent trails emerge, ghostly echoes from hours ago. A woman appears, frozen mid-motion. The victim. Ellie Raines. She paces, sits at the kitchen table, stands again, scribbles something on a notepad. The system scrolls time backward, then plays it forward in scent vision. Looks like she stood here for 30 minutes, voice crackling over headset. Confirmed. That's what I saw. Just her. Jordan waits, expecting more. Silence. She's been here a while. At least 36 hours. Walked the same circuit, wrote a note, half a bottle of wine, 1 glass. Confirmed. Technically, Julio's the lead. He's supposed to call out the fines, and Jordan confirms, standard speed protocol. But Jordan's always thought it was backwards. The process should be independent first, confirmed second. Not one guy waiting for permission to think. He tweaks the filter. Manually. The orb hums louder, sharpening overlays. Then, flicker, a streak. A faint, translucent orange like spilled light slides into view. It drifts from the spare bedroom, pauses near the baseboard, then glides toward the window. No open vents, no breeze, windows sealed. But the mist moves anyway. You getting anything over here? I've got scattered orange mist. No shape, no motion data. Just there. Orange? Damn it. Hang on. Checking logs. Pain in the ass. Static crackles. Yeah, that's anomaly number 4. Shows up sometimes. Bounces. Maybe a flying squirrel? Maybe a camera hiccup. Remember what the professor said, this whole thing's still built on dog brains, just dressed up in CSI drag. Jordan exhales through his nose. His goggles flicker again, and suddenly he's not in the room anymore. Flashback. Adlam's lab, years ago. Morning light filters through dusty windows. A small university lab full of weird tech, plastic torsos, scent wheels, tubes snaking across the floor. Professor Elam, barefoot, wild-haired, paces like he's conducting an orchestra only he can hear. A young Jordan stands nearby. Clean-shaven, No badge yet. Wearing a prototype headset the size of a motorcycle helmet. Sight is biased, memory is glitchy, but scent? He taps the air with a metal pointer. The rat in the scent wheel twitches. Scent is primal. It bypasses language. It bypasses shame. You smell your mother before you ever know her name. Jordan adjusts the helmet. The goggles buzz against his face. They think smell's about perfume and pheromones. Idiots. Smell is time. You give me rot. I give you a decay curve. You give me blood. I give you a fear signature. You give me an old apartment and one good lungful. I'll tell you who lived there and what they were hiding from. Jordan coughs. The chemical mist in the air has a sting to it. This thing's gonna fry my nose. Then burn it in. Every system needs a sacrifice. The orange mist lingers. Slow, intentional. It curls once, like it's considering something, then drifts out of sight. Still can't figure what it's tracking. A glint from the table catches his eye. The notepad. He steps closer. One word is written on the top page in thick black ink. Reclamation. Jordan scoffs. Jordan himself. Of course, Ellie reigns. Crypto Queen. Once pitched whole coin as God's currency during a sermon Thurman 3 weeks after being booted from the Senate for ethics violations. Scammed 500,000 retirees with Reclaim Your Wealth NFT bundles. Started a podcast just to call whistleblowers digital leeches. And once, on live TV, told a journalist, if your family can't feed themselves, that's a character flaw. Jordan flips the page. Blank. Jordan blinks. The smell of copper, plastic, and rotting citrus creeps in under the doorframe. The orb on his chest hums softly, adjusting to real-time conditions, steady, aware. The Sense 3.5D. Scent-encoded neurological scene emulator, three-dimensional, or, as Julio likes to call it. Still think they should have just named it the Sniffertron. Huh? Or a neighbor cooking something the system doesn't recognize. Like your wife's cooking. Ouch. I'll let her know you said that when you come over Friday. Please do. My sister'll have me committed if I'm ever nice to her without a reason. I can't stop now, brother. I'm stuck. Yeah, me too. The orb pulses again, faint, rhythmic. Orange mist swirls just at the edge of vision, like it's aware of being noticed. Outside, a breeze finally kicks up. Police tape snaps back to attention with a crack. Then, radio static. Trace Unit 4, respond. Code 6 in progress at Midtown. Bar disturbance escalated, possible active shooter. Multiple victims on scene. First response teams awaiting sensory scan. Jordan exhales through his nose, shifts his weight. And here I was worried we'd have time for lunch. Bar brawl with bullets. Real classy. They move fast. Time to smell the next mess. Rain slicks the street in reflective ribbons of red and blue. The buzz of old neon barely competes with the pulse of police sirens. A flickering sign above the door reads, Johnny's Tap and Grill, but the last two letters gave up weeks ago. A growing crowd leans behind yellow tape, necks craned, camera phones out. A few drunk stragglers still shout from across the street. Jokes about free drinks, trauma discounts, maybe even ghosts. Jordan and Julio step out of their vehicle in full rig. Chest-mounted orbs powered up, visors clipped at their sides. They don't speak at first. The flashing lights hit Jordan's goggles just right, turning the puddles ahead into a violent strobe. They're the fourth team to arrive. Trace Unit 4 only gets called when things go sideways. Finally, maybe we can speed this up. He's leaning on the frame of the door like it personally insulted him. Cheeks red. Voice hoarse. Yeah, we'll just fast forward through the trauma. Happens all the time. Jordan doesn't smile, he just steps inside. Int, Midtown Bar, night. The door closes behind them with a quiet thunk. Inside, the noise is gone. Just cold air, broken glass, and the thick scent of blood, citrus, and rum. Someone left the jukebox running, muted but stuck. It plays a warped version of Sweet Caroline on a 4-second skip. Deep hum of sense units activating. All 6 operators from the 3 teams, 2 per Sense 3.5D pair, form a wide practiced circle in the center of the room. This isn't for show. It's ritual. Each operator taps their orb. The lights dim. The scan begins. Still smells better than that karaoke place we hit last month. That one had nachos in the ceiling tiles. This place just has death. Built. Their systems lock in. The bar's scent data begins its slow bloom. In Jordan's lens, faint overlays begin to build. Arcs of color tied to molecular decay, alcohol traces, sweat markers, breath residue. It's beautiful and disgusting. Each item in the room becomes a timestamp. Set a drink down with a lemon twist. It releases esters. Those decay over time. So we can tell how long it's been sitting. Multiply that by 50 glasses, a dozen lighters, and 5 hours of brawling. You get a crime scene that smells like a birthday party at a gas station. They get to work. The other two teams, Trace Unit 3 and Metro Suppress 7, handle perimeter overlap and trigger event pathing. Jordan and Julio are focused on causality. Behavior. Micro-residue motion. Gloves sweep over toppled stools. One operator scans a lipstick ring left behind on a shot glass. Another calibrates the acoustic trace in sync with scent decay patterns. Julio reviews logged laughter patterns from breath pressure along a cocktail napkin. Low bilgin at full capacity. 5 hours later, overlay complete. The room is fully reconstructed. Color-coded scent markers light up the scene like a twisted hologram. What once looked random now plays like choreography. A sequence of chaos with a hidden rhythm. Reconstructed timeline. Assailant green sucker punches victim yellow at the bar. Shooter blue, unaffiliated, panics, draws and shoots green. Green, bleeding, reflexively fires, kills victim yellow. Victim white, bystander, tries to de-escalate. Shooter blue turns, kills white. Green, crawling, tries to flee, dies near the entrance. Each moment pulses across the room like a slowed-down symphony of panic. Deep final chord from Sense 3.5D system. Then, silence, a beat. All 6 operators, synchronized by instinct, speak together, low and final. All. Kaftermammed. The team starts packing up. Jordan doesn't move at first, just watches the empty booth where victim white once stood. The scent overlay fades slowly. Bystander stepped in. Died for nothing. No such thing. He taps his visor back into place. The orb on his chest lets out a soft hiss, cooling down from its final sweep. Outside, the neon sign buzzes. Still flickering. Still stuck on the same 4 letters that night. The chamber is dark. Not mood lighting. Blackout dark. No windows. No ambient hum. Just Jordan and the faint pulse of the Sense 3.5D overlay still flickering behind his goggles. He moves slowly. Alone. Methodical. 8 scent signatures hover like ghosts, each a heatless hologram made of chemical memory. Sweat. Gunpowder. Fear. He walks past them one by one. Shooter blue. The outline pulses slightly, confirming the match. He exhales. This one was clean. The system's been dialed in lately. Tight, fast, almost intuitive. Too intuitive, sometimes. Int, cop, EMT firefighter bar, across town, later that night. Dim warm. The kind of place that still has peanut shells on the floor and booths with permanent butt grooves. The air smells like fried food, beer foam, and victory, or at least decompression. The jukebox hums in the background, as off-key as usual. Jordan and Julio are finally out of rig, slouched at the bar. Their Sense 3.5D units sit slumped in the booth behind them like tired pets that just ran a marathon. All 6 confirmed. No holes in the timeline. That guy's doing life. He'll claim self-defense. Say we missed something. Team J&J doesn't miss anything. That's why the captain splits us up most weeks, doesn't want morale collapsing for the other clowns. Technically, I'm family by marriage. I'm just here to keep you from getting sued. A couple of barflies chuckle nearby. One mutters something about, "Go suck rotten eggs." Thank you for your service, citizens. Don't forget to tip your bartender, or testify when we need you. The bartender laughs. The jukebox skips to an even worse track. Someone groans audibly. At least this place didn't end in a shooting. Yet. They clink drinks. Jordan finishes his like it's prescribed. A little later, same bar, softer vibe. The crowd's mellowed. A few uniforms shuffle in. A new table of off-shift EMTs starts arguing about fantasy football. Jordan and Julio are on beer now. Real people again. You better get home before your wife starts blowing up my phone again, Klutz. She already sent me an emoji I don't understand. What kind of emoji? It's a chicken with a phone in its mouth. Is that code? Is she threatening me? Nah. It means she's hungry and mad at me. How the hell is that a chicken? Modern marriage, Julio. It's mostly interpreting glyphs. Jordan walks alone, his rig's in the trunk, his collar's open. The city is breathing again. Late-night traffic rolling slow, streetlights flickering in rhythm with the crosswalk signs. It's not quiet, it's familiar. Tires hiss on damp asphalt. A deli sign buzzes above a cat sleeping on the register. Someone's burning incense on their fire escape. Sweet, floral, out of place, but somehow welcome. Jordan shifts the greasy takeout bag in his hand. His steps are slow, tired, but measured. No mist, no blood, no color-coded afterimages. Just real life again. He turns the corner and climbs the stairs to a third-floor walk-up. One lights out in the hallway. One smells like varnish. Door unlocking. A latch clicks. Jordan's apartment, moments later. The door creaks open. Jordan steps in with the bag, dead on his feet. Immediately, chaos. But creative chaos. Acoustic music plays low in the background, something wordless, with strings. Every flat surface is covered in something. Dried brushes, pastel shavings, wireframes, napkin sketches, torn reference photos, cereal bowls. A half-carved clay figure stares from the windowsill with no arms and 4 eyes. There's a paintbrush stuck to the stove with melted glue. 2 coffee mugs have sculpting tools instead of spoons. Jordan. Sarah, are you trying to burn the house down again? Sarah from behind the fridge door. Oh, baby. Didn't hear you come in. She stands up holding a tray full of clay. Some shaped, some still blobs. I was just testing which clay holds up better near heat. And the oven? The pizzeria down the block wants a statue. Something bold, honest. Authentic. Jordan sets the hoagies down, peeks over her shoulder at the centerpiece, a vaguely humanoid figure with a chef hat, stubby arms, one outstretched like it's offering a tiny loaf. So, is that a pizza guy handing out garlic knots or a... She sniffles. A tear hits her sleeve. She wipes it fast but doesn't try to hide the second one. I was kind of going for a fat Italian chef giving out cannolis. A beat, Jordan steps closer, wraps one arm around her. He looks at the sculpture again, tired but thoughtful. Oh yeah, I totally see it now, just needs more paint. Maybe fewer open flames, in case it ends up inside next to a pizza oven, in winter, at a pizza place. It's not flammable. Mostly, I think. They both laugh, lightly, like it's okay again. He reaches into the takeout bag, hands her a hoagie, and an order of 3 garlic knots that definitely taste microwaved. Garlic knot for your thoughts? She takes it. The clay doesn't move, but the moment feels sculpted. The music plays on.